Welcome to Energized. We are here in the middle of nature and we will have today a beautiful class with one of our guests and we're going to explain it today. Today we're going to talk about energy and health. It will be the first class. So it's super important to understand that if everything is energy, we need to understand things and fields from this part of the knowledge, okay, which is energy. So we're going to explain that what is the connection today between energy and health. That's the first one. Super important. Why? Because we as humans, we are energy and matter. Our matter side, the body, this is our matter side. But actually, we are way more energy than matter. Sometimes it's difficult because energy normally we cannot see from our eyes, okay? But we need to be aware that our body is only 1% of what we are. So the rest, 99% of what we are is energy. So we are basing right now, our health system is mainly based on this 1%. It doesn't make sense if we are talking about, for example, calculation and mathematics. So this 99% that we need to be focused on, energy, will be split into, of course, like the knowledge of what is happening in the body, is the body, of course, is the mind, and we're going to split it also into the heart. It's more like physical health, mental health, and emotional health. All of them will be embracing what is called spiritual health, because it's the connection. Actually, ancient wisdom talk about the Trinity, right? The Trinity could be in a more 3D way, could be body, mind, and soul. That's the Trinity for us. And once we're going to start like this, the body, we can consider the body as our temple. It's literally the temple that ancient wisdom talks about. The temple within, of course, is inside of us, but the temple without is the body. How we protect and how we take care of our body in different ways, not only from food, is how we actually respect our temple. We can talk so many things about the body and also how we transform for example, the energy that we consume from food to a higher state that actually will be part of us. So it's so important, like sometimes we are not even aware that every single food that we consume will be part of us, and that food has some vibration. So every single vibration that we are consuming will be part of us. You know, like we can consume junk food, and what do you think is gonna be this about? Like a really low vibration. So it's normally that once we consume this kind of food often, we will be like dropping a lot our consciousness. Literally is what is happening, because you are getting into the machine something is really low vibration. So the more organic food, the more healthy food that we consume will give us a body that will be getting ready for actually receiving more information from source. Okay, we are going to talk here, for example, God, source, Allah, whatever you want to call it. I call it source to be more related to energy, okay, the source of energy. So the body also, the cleaner it is, the more connected we are with source, okay? Food, also how we use our body in terms of connection with others, for example, sexual connections. Sexual connection will be super important to understand that we are actually merging with other beings and we are actually merging temples. So it's super important to understand that the main source of energy and the main source of like what we connect with something higher is through sexual energy. So we need to take care of who we share our temple with. Okay, super important. Today, for example, this is something we go way deeper. We need to understand as well that the body is like the part of the machine that we can see in an engine from a car. This is like what we see, the machine, the engine. But how it works inside of the machine, normally we have electromagnetic fields, right? That makes the machine works and makes like the machine to create a product, for example. So this is something that we don't see. We don't see how the machine is working inside, but literally it's working through electromagnetic fields. Electric, magnetic is the division or the connection between what is coming from the mind and what is coming from the heart. It's like impulse, okay? It's like a spike that we always it's a spike, like always. It's like an impulse that we always receive from the mind and from the heart, and the connection between them is the thing that we are going to produce what we want or what we are capable of creating, okay, through our thoughts and our feelings. So thoughts, and today we have a guest that is a psychologist. So thoughts are related to electric, and feelings are more connected to magnetic fields. Again, the combination between them is what is going to create a product. The product is our 3D reality. This is like how we are going to start talking about manifestation. Okay, we are always manifesting. We are always manifesting. The only thing, and I'm the first one, sometimes we are not even aware, what is happening inside sometimes. But we are always creating. We are creators. Okay, we are creators. That's why we mentioned that we are always generators, same as a machine. And again, remember that 99% of what we are is energy. The body is always emitting and receiving information, always. We are doing something like this. The energy works like this. We don't see it, but it's always working like this. It's like fields that comes, for example, from your head, okay, goes to the bottom of your body, and they're all the way around. So what is happening is like the higher you vibrate, the higher is this field, the stronger. This is also protection. The protection is not only your immune system, your physical immune system. This is one of them, but there is another one that is energetically speaking, another immune system that we have, which is the one from energy. Okay, and have you realized sometimes like you are next to someone and you feel good, and sometimes you are like with someone that you don't feel good? So okay, this is all about your immune system telling you things, telling you information. It doesn't mean like that person is a bad person or something like this. Sometimes it's like that person is passing through a really bad time, a low energy, maybe a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, and or something that is hidden or she's hidden, that makes you feel a little bit weird with that person. Whereas another person, you feel the opposite. You say, wow, I feel like when I'm with this person, I feel like I'm actually charging myself. Why? Because the higher is your vibration, the more connected you are to source, and the more you can share with others. You are not like energy vampire. Okay, you are not like taking energy from another person. You can be a giver between you, but actually depending on how low or how high is another person, you will start feeling these kind of things. Okay, so this is also protection. Okay, this is also protection, and these fields come from three main points: the mind, okay, or here, the heart, and another point that will come from our center, our core. These three main fields or three main points will create fields that will give us a protection. Guys, the science wants doctors are telling you about your immune system. This is the same, but in an energetic way. Super important, okay? Super important. One of them is more related to the lifestyle that you have physically speaking. This is the lifestyle that you have energetically speaking, okay? Either way, they are both of them are super important. Okay, so we have this point we will have for another day because it's more it's a deeper point. But we need to pay attention every day the thoughts and the feelings that we are emitting, because it will give us also protection, and actually it will impact on what we are creating in the 3D world. Okay. Again, we here our health system is incomplete. Our health education is incomplete. It doesn't mean it's wrong, but it's incomplete. So if we are saying that right now, for example, all our system is related to the 1% of what we are, the matter, our body, what is like scientifically speaking, what is only accepted, the chance, and this is the opportunity for all of us to be open to that. This 99% of what we are, okay, from energy speaking, is also part of us. So our health education is incomplete. I'm even talking, I have some experience in the health industry, in the biotech field, and yes, they're starting to create machines that they produce frequencies, specific frequencies for healing some specific part of the body. So what is happening? Also, scientifically speaking, we know that the body produces this kind of frequencies. So depending on our state of mind and state of heart and the life we have had and our beliefs as well, of course, all together will condition that we will be using more this health industry part, or we'll be more open to the new one that we also can produce. And again, here, all of them are needed, depending on where you are in a state of like sickness, for example. It depends on the state that we are. I'm talking that this 99% is preventive. Not once we have something that we have to cure, it's because the sickness is already in our body. It's already has been materialized. But every single sickness, before being matter, always starts from energy. Always. For example, any sickness such as cancer. Cancer is always created first in energy state, and later, once goes and goes and goes, and we don't even know, or we are not even aware, or we don't take care of it, it will materialize. It will go to matter. Oh, sorry for that. And so, what we are saying that energy and matter is the same thing, but in different states. It's like a saying, we have water, solid, liquid, and gas. It's the same. So again, this is so important. If someone has, cancer, the cancer, once we are able to see the cancer in the machines that we have nowadays, we see this matter. But literally, the cancer starts in energy. It starts from the atoms, start like creating, and start coming to matter. And it's always like this. So this part is what is easier to prevent the illness, because it's more malleable. It's easier to work on this. This is the preventive energy. What we need to be focused on in real preventive medicine. And here we already cure things in matter. So it's like, again, between quotation marks, is harder, a little bit harder. So let's focus on this. Let's focus on the energy side, first of all, super important. And I think for today, this is okay. And see you at the next one.